Well, good evening, everybody, and thank you for joining me for the Prancing Pony Podcast Plays. I hope you all are enjoying your week so far. Of course, as always, this is a great time to start out with any questions that you have about anything Middle Earth, about anything Prancing Pony Podcast. Maybe you have a question from Sunday's episode or what's coming next. But this is a great time. So I hope everybody's doing well. Feel free to fire away with your questions before we get into Lotro this evening. Miriam, hello. That is good to see everybody here. Let's see. Do I have your book? I have your book. I know I do. Folks, if you have not yet purchased The Art of Mercy in Middle Earth from Miriam, please do that. Fantastic. Oh, I don't know what just happened there with the black screen, but I hope that I'm still here. And yes, congratulations on the well-deserved Tolkien Society Award. That is such an honor. I'm so glad that you won it this year. All right. Oh my goodness, what a day. What a week. I'm looking forward to a little bit of a surprise. I shouldn't say it's a surprise for you all. I mean, I think I've told you all before that Sean Marchese is coming back to do a 6-episode run at the end of the season. But because of a crazy recording schedule and Westmoot coming up, which he is attending, we actually are recording an episode way out of order, way out of sequence on Friday. So I'll get to work with Sean on Friday, and I am looking forward to seeing him. So that's going to be great. Did you get, Miriam, did you get my blurb? I think I sent you one, right? I hope you got it because I sent it. Favorite artwork? My goodness. There's so many good ones in here. I have to say, I think I really liked, because I've been there and because I like both of them, it's the only non-Middle Earth one in here. It's Tolkien and Lewis on Addison's Walk. I'm trying to do this so that you don't get a lot of reflection. But like, I've been in that exact spot, and it is just to see that. And I've had that same sense, of like walking in the footsteps of these two men who I have such an admiration for. So that's one of my favorite pieces in the book. If you don't, Miriam, just shoot me an email because I've got it in my sent items. And I have had problems apparently with some of my outbound emails, so that's entirely possible. And I think what happened was there was a little interchange where you reached out to me to sort of ping and remind me, and of course I understood, and so that I replied back and said I'll get it later, and then when I said I'll get to it pretty quickly, and then I said how about this, and I sent it, and when you replied to the one that I'd sent earlier that day, so I should have thought then. I bet you didn't get the actual blurb, so just let me know. Take a look. But yeah, everything is good, and in the meantime I'm just chatting with Miriam. But hey, you know what? The work is fantastic. Do you have a publication date for the new one yet? Do you know when that sequel's coming? I would have not said anything, but you just asked. You mentioned the blurb, so I figure it's okay that I say that. But that I'm not dropping any spoilers or breaking any NDAs. Yeah. I hope I didn't break news today. That would be bad. I'm not a journalist. All right. Oh, how do I do all that I do? In all honesty, a lot of it is because the amazing patrons. Without the support of all of those folks who provide 80% of the revenue that the show makes, I would not be able to do this as much as I do. So that's how I do it. Yeah. So thank you, all of you who continue to support the show. That is, I say it every episode, but that's literally the only way I can do this full time. Otherwise, I would be spending my time trying to audition for more voiceover jobs or trying to market my photography business or doing any of the other things that I've been doing. So that I still do every once in a while, but very rarely. Like I don't market my photography business, but I still have a few clients that I work for now and then. I don't, go out and audition for 100 voiceover jobs every week. But, if one comes along, I'll certainly look into it. Do I think before I broke my collarbone, I could have opened the doors of Durin from the inside. Did they pushed open, right? They didn't pull. So I'm trying to think. If I could drive with my legs, like push forward, yeah, I think I could. If it's pull, that's more lats, that's more delts. 50-50. But definitely, after the collarbone might not be such a smart idea. I don't know. Who knows? I'm the bionic man now, right? They can rebuild him. And I just realized I totally dated myself with that reference. Not that anybody doesn't already know that I'm old. I was working on the Istari chapter, just starting to put that together because that's the chapter that I'm going to be starting with Sean on, which is funny because, of course, you guys are still in, I think, Hunt for the Ring in terms of releases. The Hunt for the Ring is, the last one that comes out with Matt this Sunday, and then it's Disaster of the Gladden Fields for 2. It's an interview with Brett Devereaux, and then it's the Druidine for 2, and then it's a QAN. But like I said, out of order. So I'm having to do the Istari one with Sean. And I completely felt called out by, what was the line? For long they went about in simple guise, as it were of men already old in years. Me and Sean. But hale in body. Not me and Sean. So, yeah. That might be a joke that makes the episode. Who knows? That's right. I remember the Battle of the Last Alliance because I was there 3,000 years ago. Gandalf. 3,000. What's my favorite chat with Brett? All of them. All of them. I mean, how do I put my favorite one? He's just, he's everything that we talk about is fantastic. I will just tell you that I was blown away by Riverine Transport, which is something that we talked about in the Disaster of the Gladden Fields that'll be coming out. So you'll have to wait a little while for that, like a month. But it's great stuff. It's great stuff. I read that as COD pieces, like cash on delivery pieces, not COD pieces. And somehow I think that's how I was supposed to read it, was COD pieces. Ah, my goodness. Yeah. I'll tell you what, my least favorite chat with Brett was the one I had to miss. Because it wasn't the official event. I needed to be at the official stuff, and not because Katie told me to. I don't always do what Katie says. Thank you, Katie. But because it wasn't the official event, I was in on the official event at the Moot. And so I missed out on the impromptu, like 5-hour history lesson that he gave in the hallway. That made me sad. I wish that had been recorded. Also lies. I sit on a thread of lies. What, that I do all that you say? Am I happy with the new car? It is literally the same engine as a half a Lamborghini. It is, you take the V10 that powers most Lamborghinis and the half of that block, that inline 5, precisely the same bore and stroke, the same everything. That's what powers, but with the turbocharger, that's what powers the RS3. It's a little pocket rocket. I mean, I miss the throaty roar of the big V8 that powered Encalagon, my 21 Mustang Mach 1, for those who are still catching up on the thread. But the RS3, it's definitely more subtle. Nobody looks. See, with the Mach 1, I used to have this problem. People would come up to me and they'd hit the gas. They're like, whoa, race me. Like, I'm not going to race you. And then, of course, a lot of them would beat me off the line. It's a stick shift. It's rear wheel drive. And it gets its power near the top of the curve. It's not geared for launch. And so, even with launch control on, I might be able to hit 60 in about 4.5 in that car, 4.7 usually, which is not super fast. I mean, electric cars are, all day long. But the RS3, man, that thing's quick. We're talking 3.3, 3.4 because it's 4-wheel drive and it just goes. So I'm enjoying it. I miss a little soul. So I'm looking into some exhausts to maybe bring back a little character to make it sound, because I've heard it sound a little like that Lamborghini V10. But it's literally half the V10. It's the 2.5 that is exactly the 2.4 something. It's half the 4.9 liter V10 that feeds so many of the Lamborghinis. It is Sean Marchese, the Lord of the Mark, that is coming. I'd love to have Gunner back on, but it is Sean Marchese. I'm going back to see if I saw something else about the car because I was walking away from the chat. But yes, I'm enjoying it. I do miss the sort of rumble, but other than that, I'm enjoying it very, very much. All lies. Bingo for tonight. There we go. Yeah. Always do what Katie says. Sounded like a promo deal. Because I said that, now I don't have to give her any of the VIP codes or the Lotro codes for Lotro points. Speaking of what, not 60 Hassel is 3.3. Quarter mile is a little over 11. I think 11.1 or 11.2. And it did the Nürburgring in something insanely fast. I want to say 7:33. It still holds the record for the fastest compact around the Nürburgring. So very, very quick. I definitely missed the stick in some places. The paddle shifters are phenomenal because it is a DCT like you'd find in a Porsche or other high performance cars. So you can shift with the paddles in a way that still feels that responsive. But I do miss rowing my own. I've rowed my own for 7 years. It feels weird. I keep going down and like going to shift and there's no shifter there. But yeah. Dude, 15-year-old Volvo XC70 is nothing to joke about. Those are great cars. Volvos are fantastic. In fact, Volvo was one of the other ones. I don't think the XC70, but Volvo for a long time was one of the other ones that still made inline fives. But the RS3 is the last inline five you can buy in the States. Bingo people already. Oh, yeah. Sean will be back. Yeah. That's the case, Chewy. That's the thing with a stick. There's so much traffic and so many lights. I mean, like if I had to drive up to LA, that's when I hated my stick, right? I mean, just constant traffic, second, third gear, stop, first gear, second gear. And I don't miss that. When I'm carving the canyons, I kind of miss like holding it in second and just leaving it there and feeling it pull through. But I can do that with the paddles. It's just a little different. But it is a heck of a canyon carver. Definitely. Jump scared by the ad break. That happens on Twitch for sure. Oh, yeah. Let the Stig. He's the Stig's American cousin. Yeah, I know that's the thing. It's like I had a 600cc Yamaha way back when I went to grad school. It was not a super bike. It was just a straight up like it was a Seika 2. So it was like I don't know what you'd call it, a street, but not like a sport, But I did a jet kit and an exhaust on it. And so it was, a little quicker. But even then, that was still maybe 4. This thing is like punch you in the stomach too fast. Like I'm with my son the other night. I'm taking him to a meeting for football. And we're like doing maybe 35. And I'm like, oh, yeah, it's a 50-mile-an-hour zone. I should accelerate. I stomp on the gas. And like 2 seconds later, I'm like, whoa, I'm at 70 miles an hour. Slow the heck down. So, yeah. I miss my bike every day. But I sold that when I graduated, I think the year after I graduated law school. So 98. So previous millennium. And I will say this because I know a lot of people don't quite get my passion about cars and car performance. It is one of my only real hobbies outside of Lord of the Rings. I mean, it just genuinely is. I don't play golf. I don't collect watches. I don't go on fancy vacations or anything. I mean, it's like kind of a car guy. And I know it's a weird juxtaposition. I mean, being sort of an academic and a Tolkien fan, but then also being a hardcore petrol head. But I don't think the crossover is as small as people think. But I have a ton of respect for people who can look at a car and think that's a car. It gets me from point A to point B. I don't need anything more. There's a part of me that's jealous that I wish I could do that because it would be so much cheaper. So much cheaper. Woo, 1125. That's a big motor, man. That's a big motor. Yep. 1125. Man, and 90 in first gear. That thing just pulls. Crazy stuff. Has the PPP ever tried to get Malcolm on the show? The poet who I have not. when you reach out to me by email, send me a link about his, and I'll see about maybe getting him on. I've only seen the name once or twice, but I think Galahad and the Grail sounds like a fantastic connection to all of the things that Tolkien was passionate about. Or I just mean those are like middle-aged men hobbies, right? I, I'm not comparing them in any sense other than middle-aged men hobbies. So, and thank you, Katie. I appreciate you defending my silly obsession about speed. I remember, and I think it was Jeremy Clarkson, my favorite Top Gear host, who of course then went on to Grand Tour and now does Clarkson's Farm, was talking about speed and how it's really sort of only it's the only sense that we have that's a modern sense. Like 100 years ago, we all had sight, sound, taste, hearing, and touch, but that sense of speed and movement and motion was something that really only came about as sure, you could ride a horse fairly quickly, but it's only in modern times that you can get that sort of sensation. So to get him back on the podcast. No, I haven't, Hassel. We've not reached out to him. I mean, I think I did maybe a year later just to say, hey, thanks again, and if you're ever interested in coming back. But after the incident with the fanfic author who shall remain nameless, I just felt like, you know what, let him lay low. The poor guy has suffered enough. So yeah. Yeah, World War I documentary, smoking meats, thinking about classic Rome, middle-aged men hobbies. And smoking meats, that's one of Sean Marchese's hobbies. So you chat with Simon sometimes. He's such a nice guy. He was so kind. And when you realize, especially that we were still new, he came on I think what was like episode 44. We'd only been doing it not even a year. We had maybe 1,000 listeners at the time, but he came on. And yeah, it was to talk about his book. And that's fair. I mean, it was supposed to be, but he was just very kind to do it. And it was just really nice to hear from him. Oh, Red Barchetta, one of my favorite Rush songs. I love that. Sunlight on Chrome, the blur of the landscape. Oh, I love that song. That is that. I used to listen to that when I drove. So when I sold my motorcycle, I bought a 3-year-old Mazda Miata because I didn't have the money for a fast car, but I wanted something that felt quick. And they are slow. Don't get me wrong, but they're fun. They're little shoe. They're just little tiny shoe, and you just. And I had a long commute. I was driving to Long Beach from Southern Orange County every day, so I needed something that got good mileage and could love that little thing. And of course, I played Red Barchetta all the time because it was red. So. Yeah, perfectly good vibes because it's a perfectly good song. Smoking meat for Texans is certainly, if it's not a legal obligation, it's awfully close. I think it's both. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the game before I continue to talk about cars. But yes, I am enjoying it. So thank you for asking. It's been oh yeah, I know. Or supercharge the Miata, and they are even better. Yeah. Those are great cars. I didn't do that at the time, but I think if I could do a project car, the Miata might be one, but the other project car might be a little more practical because it has a tiny back seat. But the Toyota Subaru, the Toyota, I think it's GR86 Subaru BRZ, it gets front engine, rear drive. You can get it in a manual. Starts with about 220 horsepower. Heck of a project car. You can do all sorts of stuff to those. All right. Of course, you can do some things to my RS3, but I can't do too many of those things in California. I mean, like I can't do anything that touches the ECU. I can't even put a cold air intake on it. So anyway, let's get in there. Oh, 65 Shelby. Oh. So I go to satisfy my itch. There's a car meet almost every Saturday, certainly during the spring and summer and into the fall, called Cars and Coffee. And for those of you in Southern California, there's usually Cars and Coffee everywhere, but the one in San Clemente is breathtaking. I mean, we're talking about 400 or 500 cars that are being shown, and we're like, there's a Ferrari row, there's like half a dozen McLarens that show up, and then there's like all the cool old cars. I've seen like actual Woody station wagons, the ones with actual wood, not the faux stuff. I've seen right-hand drive cars imported from the UK, like an original Mini, a Cooper Mini. I mean, there's so many cool cars there, so many cool motorcycles as well. So anybody who's within an hour or two of San Clemente, hop on down, go to Cars and Coffee, and let me know if you're ever going to go, because I sometimes take my son and we just look around at the cars. So all right, yes, Chewy, California does suck with that. Having to get what do they call them? The EOs, the carb EOs, in order to get anything done. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I've seen videos of Chad's collection, Katie. Oh my goodness. All right. I haven't seen a DeLorean there recently, but I know that there have been DeLoreans there. All right. Let's see. I need to pull up. Ooh, I hope my PC hasn't gone to sleep since I've been talking about cars for 20 minutes. There's something on your bingo card, I'm sure of that. All right, let me take a look real quick. I actually got to drive one of his Shelbys, the black one. It was amazing. All right. Yeah, he said basically he only trusts people who have driven, high power stick shift cars before, because it was a little insane. All right. Let's go ahead and add that other camera. And thank you all for indulging me in talking about cars. Appreciate it. It's always a fun thing for me. All right. Going to add that camera here. That does mean we have to say goodbye to chat. At least the chat that's on screen. I'll still see your chats as usual. And now I'm going to put that screen over here so Katie will get any important messages to me that I miss, but I'll do what I can to keep up with chat in the meantime. All right. And let's see what Hilbern's up to. Dan, my dad was a car guy, but a literal car guy. He actually owned a shop and was a mechanic for years. Part of my car guy stuff has to do with his completely shafting me. I was 11 years old right after my parents' divorce. I was 11, maybe 12. And he drove me around in his 1967 Mercury Cougar in this gorgeous copper color. And I'll never forget just that sound of that motor and the feel of the acceleration. I was hooked. And he told me he would give it to me for my 16th birthday, and he sold it when I was 14. So that's actually the whole story behind the cars in the first place. I got the Mustang so I could give it to my son. Obviously, when it gets totaled, you don't have any choice over that, but he's cool. He's cool with it. We've talked about what we're going to get him instead. So, all right. I have watched the highlights. My thoughts are that the rule changes in Formula One have, made for a better race over the weekend. I think the threat of rain did too, seeing people not sure when they should come in. Do I keep going in the hopes for another safety car? Because that early safety car was very early if you're going to try to push those tires to the end, as I believe Max did. But yeah, I think, we'll see though. That track is a good track. Unlike, let's say, Australia, which was a really kind of an energy negative track. I just don't want to have to see them continuing to do energy management. So, all right. Oh, I'm sorry, Katie. I apologize. I shouldn't have said anything. All right. I didn't say who won, though, and I won't. All right. I got some mail. What's this? Oh, unclaimed rewards on the reward track. All right. Let's take a look. What do we have on the rewards track? So for those who don't always follow along, the rewards track is a way that during each season, and you've got like a month left in this particular season, you can climb the charts here and get stuff, right? So every time you get experience points and things. So in this case, I've earned a decorated coffer of ancient script, which is 200 ancient script, and I don't think I'm anywhere near close to cap. No, I am not. So we'll go ahead and redeem that. And you can climb the ladder and get all the way up to some very cool stuff. There's usually something really interesting at 50. In this case, the legendary coffer of the vibrant spotted bog lurker. I've always wanted a pet bog lurker. All right. And then you can go further up. And of course, when you get to 100, you usually get something really cool, right? In this case, the legendary coffer of the rose-colored Mumak calf. I've never reached level 100 in a track because you have to play a lot to do that. All right. I already have the map, so I'm going to decline that. Let's see what gift we got. All right, we got some Virtue XP and we got some coin that we'll sell. 2 gold's worth of coin. That's our daily gift that we get. Let's see, catching up on chat. How dare he? Sorry, yeah, no, I appreciate. I try to keep things spoiler free because it is only a couple days after the race. All right. Are we in Helm's Deep? Not yet, Miriam. We are in Edoras. And there, up on the hill behind us, is Medjuseld, the Golden Hall of Medjuseld. So, we are in the middle of reading the proclamation aloud, telling people that they're going to go with Eowyn, into safety while the king goes to Helm's Deep. Talk to Ethrith atop the stairs. The old lady.
Do you have the time to spare an old woman, tidings bearer? I've heard the commands of Theoden King and would obey, but it's been many years since Ethrith felt the bloom of youth. I do not have the strength I once did. My belongings are bundled in this crate, but I cannot carry it down the hill to the Dunharrow wagon without help. The wagon is to the north of here if you follow the road. Can you bring my possessions to the wagon north of here? Just follow the road. Ethrith will be in your debt. Well, I think we can do that. Oh, that's not north. This is north. Go north, young man. Nate, do you play the Forza games? I have played the Forza games. I know that Horizon, I love the open world nature of them, though I also sort of hate the open world nature because it feels like I can never get on track. No pun intended. I do feel like the motorsport Forza games tend to be a little more sim feel, which I like. But I do love the fun of the Horizon games. Very open-ended. It's got to be it. There we go. Now, read the proclamation aloud at the entrance courtyard in the northwest of the city. Oh, that's right down this road. And my son is equally excited for Forza Horizon 6, I should say. All right. I have a proclamation. Small child seeks to catch your eye. Everyone must obey the word of Theoden King.
Of course they must. I heard you read the words of Theoden King. I know everyone who is not going to fight needs to leave Edoras. But those men over there were laughing, and I heard them insult the name of the king. You're not going to let them escape justice, are you? Everyone has to obey the word of Theoden King.
What gives you the right?
Maybe those are the commands of Theoden, and maybe they're not. Maybe they're the words of Gandalf. Maybe the wizard is working against us and just wants our treasures for himself. I'll teach you a lesson, little child. I will teach you what happens when you do the bidding of wizards. Oh, that was a mistake. No one talks to me like that. I shall run away. Where? All right. Does Stibba exist in this game? I don't recall. Quite possibly. But, okay, almost there. We keep proclaiming. What's the proclamation I'm supposed to read here? Oh, it's the proclamation from Eowyn, right? It's by the stairs is a good place to read the proclamation. Yeah, to this small number of people. Okay, all right, you got it. You read the proclamation, several people begin to grumble. Kalanan. Grumble, 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 grumble. Grumble, grumble. And he agrees to leave. Hereth listens to your word, eventually agrees. Return the proclamation to Eowyn outside. Okay, you know what? I am lazy. I'm going to spend a mithril coin. I often wondered what is meant about him being a pony and whether there's possibly any connection between his kind of pony and hobbit ponies in general. That's a very good question.
It will be some time before all the people are ready to leave.
You have done as I asked.
This is a start.
It will be some time, but every journey must begin with preparation, especially one as important as this. So I get to choose some gloves. Now these, you can see the little red box around them. That means they're heavy armor, so I can't equip those. Then we've got mediums and lights. Gloves of discharge. They should probably see a doctor for that, actually. Gloves of removal and gloves of expulsion. They both have high agility. I'm going to take this one. This has physical mastery and crit rating. It's a bump in armor. It's a bump in agility, vitality. It's a slight reduction in crit rating, but it's enough of a bump in physical mastery and agility that I'm fine with that. The gloves of removal. Can I get them yet, please? Bing, can we get them? Come on.
It will be some time before all the
finish
people
now.
are ready to leave.
There we go.
This is a start.
So,
Grima has fled the city, but I believe some of his allies remain.
there are still so many tasks we must see to, but something worries at the back of my mind that divides my attention. When you searched Grima's chambers with Hama, you told my uncle that the room was already in disarray, as if it had been searched before you arrived. Why would Grima leave his chamber in such a state? If he was seeking something specific, surely he would know where to find it. No, I think his room was searched by someone entangled deeply within his schemes. Grima has fled the city, but it is my belief that this ally at least remains. Among the papers you collected was the cryptic phrase, "No mere wit, he," and a number of other writings. I do not know what they mean, but mention is made of a number of locations throughout Edoras. Go to some of these and see if you can find sign of Grima's friends or allies. Oh, what is this? Grima's writings. I don't know what. I should be able to move that. There should be a UI box that I can move with that right there, but okay. None of us are doing this for free, worm. Remember, we expect to be paid well for our services. If you think we're common brigands, you aren't as sharp as that blade you carry around. If you aren't careful, you'll find it in your back next. And maybe the old man will find another to do his bidding. Maybe that's one of us. You say you can't grant me the burg, but I'm not dealing with the sort of jewels on my own. If the old man values you as you say he does, why is he not giving you the run of the place once it's all done? L. On another parchment in the same hand, F says he'll bring the weapons out of the guardhouse on the morrow and leave them by the side wall. And you are certain the king will stay inside? We've not seen him in weeks, but he does still command the loyalty of the people. Only he can stop this, now that E is imprisoned, E being Aemir, presumably. F assures me that E will not be a problem. He spends day and night poring over that map, raging against his confines, but will not disobey the king. On a scrap of parchment in a different hand, the Blood Eye thinks we should act quickly. He says Gandalf is coming back. How could he know this? This page is almost illegible, written in a hasty hand. Which tower? There are several along the northeast wall of the city. I do not know if El is going to put the wood at the proper tower. Need to talk to him before we act. H wanted me to ask about the contents of the chest as well. You say it will burn, but it is very sturdy and may not spread to the southeast gate. If the chest burns and the fire doesn't spread, H says it'll be your head. All right. Let's go ahead and put on those gauntlets, and we'll put those runes on one of the weapons. All right, that's the nice thing that we get here. Let's put them on single target attack damage. Okay. Now, let's go. Let's see where we got to go to find these things. So, over here, here, and here. I guess we'll start there and make our way around. All right. Let's get on a horse. Let's catch up on chat real quick. Given the linguistic connection between the Rohirrim and the Hobbits, perhaps this is where the long ago Hobbits learned to ride. That is indeed possible. I like that. The Northmen and the river. Maybe not here, but with those people, right? Like with the Northmen when they were the Eotheod in the Vale. Unless somehow the ones that... Because we know that some Hobbits stayed in the Dunland area, but that's not close enough to Rohan, I don't think. And I'm also not sure that the time that they spent there was early enough in the history or late enough in the history that Rohan was there. It would have had to have been in the Vale. Any squint-eyed Southerners? Yeah, that's kind of what I'm wondering. All right, let's find out. We're going to go search some locations mentioned in Grima's writings. So we're going to go down here straight to the guard tower at the south, or at the north, and then we'll make our way clockwise around to the guard tower and to that southeast entrance. We can't jump over, can we? Nope. I remember that from before. For some reason, they've made that impossible, which is fine. It means I can't break my foot. So, and all right. I do love the banners. A melancholic townsperson. Cheer up, lady. She's melancholy because she's listening to The Cure and Depeche Mode. That's what my parents would have said. You're sad because you listen to the bad music. All right. Over here, the misplaced weapons. These weapons are out of place. Why were they moved here? Why? Why were they moved here? All right. Now let's go to the one further up. So I think we go not here, but in the square, and then left at the end of the square. Pretty much straight ahead from here. I love how there's like, actual farms in the walls of the city. This place is something else. All right, there's the timber pile. We should probably get rid of that so it doesn't burn all the hay. Did someone put this pile of timber here with plans to set it ablaze? I think so. There's a man named Hebeka, starts with an H. I think we're just going to shoot him. Hebeka was an ally of Wormtongue, but are there others? Oh, I have to shoot him again? Every time I click on it, I get to kill this guy. All right. Now we need to go search the other location, which is up in that direction. All right. Let's get on a horse. Something tells me that's a bug. Lol, not The Cure. We'd all be depressed. No, if she's really melancholy, it's because she's listening to Morrissey. That's the real problem. Sorry, I was emo before emo was emo. All right. Except I was never really emo. Like, I never dressed that way. I just liked the music. All right, scorched strongbox. So clearly the fire didn't spread. Oops. Oh, somebody's coming into town. The strongbox is scorched as if it was set on fire, but the blaze did not spread. Ah. Well, I gave her the wrong voice. I gave her that nasty bandit voice. All right. Talk to Eowyn outside Medjugorje. Boom. Let's do it. Oh, Depeche Mode. One of my favorite bands of all time. All right.
You found some of Grima's allies?
And defeated them? Good.
Good.
Those snakes would have caused trouble for us, especially once my uncle rides to Isengard. I hope that was all of them. I still do not understand all the mysteries you uncovered in Grima's chambers, but perhaps we ended the schemes that were plotted there. My uncle and his riders are ready to depart. All right, so let's take a look. Are any of these bracelets? 108 agility is a 5-point bump, but I lose finesse and critical rating in order to get extra morale. So none of those are good. I'll just take one and sell it.
My preparations continue, but my uncle's are complete.
Enter the Golden Hall and see if he has further commands. All right, we're going to go talk to Theoden King, and I'm going to catch him on chat. Katie says, I'm already listening to Linkin Park. I'm good. I'll listen to Depeche Mode, though. Good. I just like the music. It was definitely not, we didn't call it emo back then. We called it goth, right? So it's a different, but it was the same concept, right? The white makeup and the black and the always wearing black and I don't want to fit in. And by not fitting in, I mean, I only want to look like my friends and not the cool people. I'm so cool. I can't afford to be seen to be cool. I didn't care about the lifestyle. I was just like, man, this music's awesome. So whether it was New Order or Depeche Mode or The Cure, yes, The Smiths, even when I was in a particularly sad mood, like if I got dumped. I'm trying to remember some of the other bands. I mean, I all that new wave stuff. Because remember, I'm a child of the 80s. I was born in before the 80s, that's for sure. Yeah, so like all that early 80s stuff that came in was, right up my alley. While I was still also, a classic rock and prog rock guy. So I was still listening to Rush and still listening to Yes and still listening to all ELO and all of that. But I was also listening to The Who and to Led Zeppelin. So it's kind of a broad musical base. Born in the 80s. Thank you, Dan. Thank you. All right. Black hair at one point. I bet you did. Goth night at the next PPP movie. Yeah, we'll do it like a Depeche Mode show or something. Well, it's there we go. We'll have the rule that you get bonus points in karaoke if you pick a song from, pre-approved bands. All right. So we don't talk about the 70s. We certainly don't talk about the 70s when it comes to cars. Man. Oh, because the 60s were great, and the 80s started to come back. But
as am I.
We will ride to Isengard and remind Saruman of what he has forgotten. The Riddermark is not his for taking. It belongs to the Eorlingus, who will refresh his memory with sword and spear. I know that Eowyn is unhappy with her charge, and she would be on the forefront of the battle if I allowed her to ride with us. It would console her little to know that it is not her safety I seek to ensure with my command, but that of my people. They need someone to lead them in my absence, someone to give them hope for better days to come. They need Eowyn to be strong, and I know she will be. Another spear at Isengard will avail us little. A shield at home may be the difference at the last. I'm ready to ride. Let me know when you're ready to see us off. Oh, I'm excited. I cannot wait to see this. Oh, yeah. We're in a room but remember every Duran Duran lyric. I hear that.
It is time.
It is time. Why, yes, it is, Theoden. This is going to be great.
Theoden King has mustered a force of more than 1,000 spears and prepares to ride for Isengard. Will he return to Edoras in this life?
Oh my gosh, this is the moment. Look at that Medjay sailed up at the top of the hill. Oh. Gandalf was right, Hilbern. I have sat in the shadows of my hall for too long. It is good to breathe the clean air once more, and to feel the breeze upon my face. Grima's whisperings made me forget, but now the memory of good has returned to me, and in greater force than before. Walk with me a ways, Hilbern. I have a request to make of you.
Snowman.
Well, in fairness, I should get on my steed if I'm going to follow him along. While I ride to
Isengard,
I don't have to act.
I would have you lend your aid to those who remain behind.
Our friend does not ride with us.
There are dangers both behind and ahead, Eomer.
Well, when he said walk with me a while, he did not mean for very long, did he? I know you are needed elsewhere, Hilbern. Still, I would feel more at ease if you rode with us. I do not want to add my own worries to those that already concern you, but if you find yourself in the Eastfold, perhaps you will cast an eye toward my own home. The town of Aldburg is my home when I am not in Edoras, and it is now left in the care of my steward, Arkil. It has been a long while since I returned to Aldburg, and I worry that the dangers that threaten the rest of the Mark may also affect my home. You need not go there in haste. Help my sister with her own task first, but it would ease my mind if I thought you might go to Aldburg afterwards. You have my thanks, Hilbern. You can zoom in, but you're always limited to here. I'll do it when I get up there. So I'm gonna get off the horse. Don't run over anybody. So as you come in, this is as close as you can get to Theoden, right? I mean, you can zoom in, but any closer you just get too close. But you can see the detail of that helm, that amazing helm. Just fantastic stuff. The detail on the armor. And it's Harrogrim. For those who don't know, the Discord chat helped me come up with a license plate for my new car and Calagon was the big black dragon, which fit the Mach 1. But this is a small car. It's like 10 inches shorter than the Mustang, and it's 600 pounds lighter, so it's a little more something, right? So I came up with several names that could work. One of them was Kirion, which was tied with Harrogrim until Katie cast the deciding vote. So my car's name and the new plate that I ordered is Harrogrim. And so the word, of course, is an Old English word that means very fierce savage. So that's what you get when you get close to these people. You'll see a lot more detail in main characters like Theoden than you will in, say, the Man of Rohan. But still, nonetheless, very cool. There's Gandalf, of course. Shadowfax. Hey, boy. Oh, who's a good horse? Okay, let's talk to the people we're supposed to talk to. Gimli. The armor of this land is not made for dwarves, Hilbern, but the king gave to me a shield bearing his device, a white horse on a green field. I am proud to bear it, but I am less pleased at the prospect of being borne by such a creature on the journey to Isengard. I have had enough of bouncing around on the back of such beasts like a sack of meal. Eomer says that I may ride with him, and I have agreed to take him up on his offer, as long as Legolas will ride beside us. Together we will teach young Eomer how mistaken he has been concerning the Lady of the Golden Wood. We will be good company, assuming he learns this lesson well and quickly. There you are, Hilbern. Did you not recognize me? Theoden gave us raiment of war from his own hoard. I prefer my own garb, but we ride now to war, and this shining mail will serve me better. Still, I appreciate the gift. Legolas in man's armor is great. Aragorn! I understand your path leads elsewhere, Hilbern, but still we may yet meet again. There are dangers aplenty in Rohan, and not enough good-hearted folk to defeat them. If only there were 2 of you, or 4, or 6. Aragorn laughs, and some of the riders nearby look at him curiously. Sounds of merriment are rare in these times, Hilbern, and defeating Saruman will not change that. Gandalf is quick to remind me that the real foe lies east, not west. But if Rohan is to survive, we must do something about the enemy that is nearest, and we will. The detail on this horse. Look at the barding. And yeah, the movement. This is really cool. All right, let's talk to Theoden King. The host is assembled and ready to ride, Hilbern. But there is still one matter I would see resolved. Will you find Glaoina and bring him before me? There's still a matter of his punishment to be settled. Well, that's unfortunate, but there he is. Of course, he won't be punished. He'll be rewarded. The king has chosen this moment to reveal his punishment. I am prepared, Hilbern. Whatever my king decides will be just.
I am ready.
For those who weren't here for the earlier threads, he was banished and came back against the banished.
You know why I've called you before me?
I do, my king. My friends and I return to Edoras against your direct command.
Why did you do this?
We did this out of love, my king, and fear. Love of the Mark, and fear for its people.
I share this love, Glaoine, and this fear. The king's word is law, and must be obeyed. You will not escape judgment.
That is just, my king. I submit to your will.
I ride to war.
Now I shall have to spank you.
It is like to be my last riding. I need a minstrel by my side to record the deeds that await.
My king?
I'm going to get in so much trouble for that one.
It will be your burden to witness my final days.
No!
And record them in song.
No!
You will return from the battle, my king.
That may be so. Do you accept my judgment?
I do, my king.
So when you read the Song of the Mounds of Munburg, Glaoina is the one who wrote that. Man, that is that hits hard. That his punishment is to go and witness all of these things and write them in song. This is I'm struggling to breathe a little bit. That one's hard. It is done, Hilbern. Each of the 3 of you, Glaoina, Horn, and the River Hobbit with whom I now speak, that would be me, will serve Rohan in the ways for which you are best suited,
and scrub away the black mark incurred by defying my command. Now it is time to depart. Aid my sister-daughter, Eowyn, as the people journey to Dunharrow, and wish us well in the battle. With good fortune, we will overcome, and put an end to Saruman's treacheries at long last.
Forth, Aerlingus.
Ah, ha, ha. Man, that's good stuff. Just, ugh. Okay, Eowyn near the gates of Medusel, she should be standing here with like the wind really whipping things about. Like one of these banners should just get ripped off, and she should be standing here looking forlorn into the distance as Aragorn rides away.
So they are gone. May they ride to victory.
It is now up to those of us who remain to carry out my uncle's will and the wishes of those who ride with him. I hope we are both up to the challenge, Hilbern.
My uncle has commanded that I bring the people of Edoras to Dunharrow.
For that is a more defensible location than Edoras. Before we make our way there, we should send word to Harrowdale of the great number of people that soon will be arriving. Some have already made their way to Harrowdale, but more will be arriving soon from all corners of Kingstead. If you have time enough to spare, I ask that you travel northeast to the town of Entwade and ensure that the people there are prepared for what lies ahead. Afterwards, someone will need to travel to the Harrowdale. Eowyn pauses, and she seems to be weighing something carefully before speaking. The Lord of Harrowdale is Thane Dunhera, nephew of Erkenbrand, Lord of Helm's Deep in the Westfold. He is a mighty man, accomplished in battle, and most loyal to my uncle and the Mark. But he rode to defend the ford of the Eisen some weeks ago, and his wife now rules in his stead. She and I have never been friendly. Ellen Fremedon is by most accounts a kind woman, and is just as her husband. But she and I are as different as the badger is to the noble steed. She will not be pleased to hear that I and the folk of Edoras will soon be sheltering at her hall. She would be less pleased to hear the news from me. After you have helped the people at Entwade, travel to Underharrow, to the south, and give Ellen Fremedon this unpleasant news. There is little other choice, and you seem to be the best available messenger for these tidings, Hilbern. Okay. She's got something else for me.
Help, my friend.
With my uncle Theoden bringing the war to Saruman, there remain a great many things to do in the West Emnet. To the east, the river fort of Entwade lies along the Entwash's shores and has held the Wade for years innumerable. Thane Edric commands the post and holds but a few men in his service. The White Hand has pressed into the king's lands as of late, and the cost of losing the Wade would be unknowable. I have many matters to attend to in my uncle's stead, but I know this is a task for which your skills are suited. If you would aid me, I would have your steed readied for the journey at once. Now, it always pays to read the text in red. When I accept this quest, I'm going to immediately beam to Entwade in Kingstead. So before I accept that, let me show you where I'm going, since I'm not going to be riding there myself. So Entwade is just over here. We actually went through there briefly when we crossed the river. It was a tiny little settlement at the time. There was nothing for us there, but that's where we're headed next. So, side question, does the epic take us to Erebor? It does. It does. In fact, let's take a look real quick at the big map. Okay? It takes us, well, we've already seen the southern part of Mirkwood, but we also go to North Mirkwood, right? So we get into the mountains of Mirkwood, all these places along here, Esgaroth, the Long Lake, Dale Lands, Ravenhill, Dale, and Erebor. We have to go into the Ered Mithrin and the Withered Heath. There's all sorts of places that we get to go. The Beowulf reference. Yep. We have to go to the Iron Hills as well. That is a bleak area to travel through, by the way. Nothing really attractive there at all. Wells of Langflood, the Beorninghus, the Vales of Anduin, Gladden Fields. Some of the epic takes place there as well. I don't think we've gone to this side at all. I've never seen the east side of Mirkwood. But then, of course, right now the epic has taken us south, and we've gone to, all through here, the Shield Isles and Umbar, and all these new areas that, oh man, it's great. So, yeah, the epic takes us everywhere, folks. All right. All right. When you accept this quest, you'll immediately travel to Entwade and Kingstead. So we're going to accept the quest, and poof, we're in Entwade. So if you remember correctly, this is where we went when we came across the river initially after violating, after doing what we shouldn't have done. Right when we came across that bridge. You might remember that bridge. So that's where we're at now. Let's go. We already have the stable master, and that's fine. But there's somebody up here I think we need to talk to. I think the task. I think the. Oh no, that's who we need to talk to. The Thane's over here, not at the mead hall. All right, Edric.
White Hand is wicked.
At long last, Edoras sees fit to send anyone at all to the Wade. Perhaps Eowyn is a bolder leader than her uncle.
There are not enough curses in the world.
That's a level for my war steed.
Lands of Rohan.
I have little time to spend chatting with one so ill-acquainted with the troubles of Rohan. The king has ridden west and left me many problems, not enough men to handle them. Be him renewed or not, my people have still been forgotten. Look to my side, traveler. My wife, Leoflid, struggles to make ready to evacuate my people to Aldburg. Such a task would be difficult even if the Uruks were not riding our plains, but such things are commonplace in the Theoden king. Let me speak no more of him, for my wife thinks such things bode ill for my temper. If you would help us prepare, we would be grateful for your aid, though I know not how much I can repay you in these dire times. All right. So we are now in the Entwade. So Book 12, Chapter 1 tells us we need to help the people of Entwade first. Then we can travel to the entrance of Underharrow. So we're going to have to do a few quests in the Entwade area. Danger and silence. We need to speak to the guards, and we'll have to figure out what the dangers are.
Invaders of
we need to defeat some Uruk-hai pillagers, and we need to gather some people of Entwade. We also got a piece of mail. Oh, no, it's just a deed. Okay, Quest of Kingstead. All right. And it looks like there's another one over here, though this may just be somebody. Here are those lines. I don't remember how to read it anymore. Thrim Jefrunon who the Ethelingus Ellen Fremedon. I'm guessing, but I don't remember. I really don't remember my old English.
Will you aid the Rohirrim?
I know when it starts with a G, it's a Y sound. And I remember the thing that looks like it either looks like a B or a P, but it's combined, right? It's got that. That's the hard sound, right? The voiced TH, like think or thing. And when we see the one that looks like a D with the little line through it, I think that's the one that's the unvoiced. No, I'm sorry. The hard TH is the unvoiced. I always get those two mixed up. The voiced is the one that's like there and this. So, thorn. Yeah, ash and thorn. I don't remember which one's which off the top of my head, and I do apologize for that. I'm still learning. Have I ever done word nerdery on Gundabad? No, and I don't know that there's much to be had. I don't know that it's... I'd have to look it up, but that's not going to be a Cinderin word. So there's not going to be a lot of word nerdery. Kuzdul words, there's just not a lot of it, if that's Kuzdul. All right, so he wants me to help the folk of the Eastfold, which I will do, but not yet, because that's someplace else, right? That's all the way over. The Eastfold is over here, and we're here in the Kingstead. So we're going to remove that from, well, we're going to remove anniversary celebration first. We're going to, we'll leave that there for now. Why does he have a silver one? Huh, okay. All right, so we need to gather people of Entwade. So let's gather some people of Entwade. There's a person of Entwade. Then we need to talk to Ordgar for one of the other quests. All right, inhabitant.
Hello. Come over here, please. I need to speak with you.
I suppose I packed enough for now. Okay. Excuse me, sir. I need to gather you. I know you're busy. Please become gathered. I need to be gathered. I shall join the others when I finish my work here. All right. Ordgar is going to tell me about some dangers.
Greetings, friend of the Rohirrim.
Thane Edric wishes to know what has become of our foes. The Uruk still ride along the plains, and the king has done naught to drive them off. He stripped us of most of our men, and soon we shall be even fewer when Leoflad and the rest depart. The Uruks circle us like vultures, Hilbern, and there is no telling when they shall strike at us next, or if they direct their wrath towards Middlemead.
It is all I know what is to come. People must make ready to leave as soon as they are able. All right. A couple more inhabitants to talk to. So the In the King's Wake is the rapper quest. That's the one that they've given me 3 other quests to do. So I'm going to remove that from my tracker because there's no point in it crowding it up until I've done the things that it's asked me to do. 7 o'clock, you must go. So thank you for coming by, Miriam. Really appreciate it. Always a pleasure to have you here. Folks, do keep an eye out for her new book when it comes later this year. And in the meantime, don't forget, Art of Mercy in Middle-earth. Get it while you can. I think we have a link to it on our library page. Okay, so now we need to defeat Uruk-hai pillagers and talk to Inguk. I think Inguch? That's an odd name. I'm not sure what the name is. Oh, no, we're going to talk to Leoflad first.
Our mission is dire.
Okay, so we still need to talk to I'm not even going to bother to figure out how to pronounce this name. Okay. Down here somewhere? Outside the wall? Outside the wall. Okay. So I'm not going to go kill the 6 whatchamacallits until we know what this person wants us to do.
Time is short.
It has been long since I've
So is
spoken
hope.
with the Thane, and while it is true that the relative peace is held, I fear it will soon end. During my post a few days ago, I spied orcs crossing the Entwash, with much difficulty, mind you, passing onto the shore of Kingstead. These orcs looked different, and they did not bear the markings of the White Hand. Moreover, they appear to be fleeing from the farmstead nearby. Perhaps Reeve Fastard is as brutal as I have heard it told. I'm not one to believe that an orc can know fear, so I'm certain we have not seen the last of them. Thane Edric surely knows not of this, and he must be advised about such troubles. All right, now we need to talk to Anrad, who's over here somewhere. And then probably go back and talk to the Thane, and then defeat some pillagers. All right.
Our mission is dire.
Cannot tell you much more than you already know. The Uruk-hai have roamed in from both east and west. I fear they've stolen the horses of the Broadacres in their travels. They're responsible for Middlemead's silence as of late as well, though I know Magla would not allow such foes to come close to his people. None shall be safe until the roads are cleared of their kind. That I'm sure he knows. Yeah, indeed. That's why he's told me to go kill 6 of them in that region. So I need to go do that. Kuzdugundu. Yeah, that's a good point, Hassel. Yep. Token Gateway is a good place. Eldamo.org as well, even though you would think it's all just elf stuff. It's not. All right. I will talk to you for now just to turn that one in, but...
There are not enough curses in the world for the invaders
Woohoo,
of the
level
land
88.
beforehand.
All right. Let's use my perks to continue bursting that blue. There we go. All right. That'll give me a little more. All right. We are in, not quite yet in there. There's a ring over here. Is there somebody here who wants to Kenbert? Does Kenbert have a quest for us? He does not yet, but he must eventually because there's a ring over him. All right. Is this a pillager? It's a pillager. You need to die, sir. You are probably a pillager too, aren't you? Well, let's take care of you as well. Ooh, Skarn. You remember doing what in college? This quest? Oh, that's an Uruk-hai warrior. I'm looking for pillagers, not the ambushers. Oh, am I out of the area? I'm almost out of the area. Let's go this way. That might be a pillager. Yes. Probably another one here. I love how slow they are to get going. If they're moving already, they're a little bit of a threat. But if they're still, they take a little while to get up to speed, like they're riding war steeds too.
All right, so we're going to go talk to the Thane because we will now have completed the rapper quests. All right, let's go talk to the Thane. All right, sir.
White Hand is wicked.
I trust it is done then. The Uruks have been fighting with great tenacity as of late, so I'm glad their riders along the road have been quelled. You have done well, Hilbern. With these threats identified and my people prepared, they can set off. You've saved me a great deal of time, provided my people the safe passage they so dearly needed. Their journey will take some time, but they will find the surest of safety within Aldberg. As for those threats to the north and the south, I have much more to ask of you before I say farewells to my wife and people, so do not wander yet, friend. All right. 105 agility is a bump of 24 points, 19 extra points in vitality. Physical mastery drops, and so does crit. Crit drops a lot, actually. So I don't think I really want either of those. I'm going to take something that I cannot wear, so I actually don't. My people stand ready. I do not wish them to delay any longer. The sooner they depart, the sooner I can turn my efforts to defending Entwade once again. If you will allow me a few moments to say farewells to my people and to my beloved Leoflad, I shall find you after they begin their journey. Leoflad is a strong woman, of this I am sure. She will know how to handle things should any trouble arise on their journey. Hilbern, these new troubles my men spoke of, they are greatly concerning. I worry that the White Hand rallies for a great assault. Our foes shall not break Entwade, not while I draw breath, but I fear for the folk upon the plains. The captain of my guard may not know of such threats, as he too has been distracted by the bustle of my people, but he must be told. If you would, speak of them in a mead hall. All right. Chat here. Yeah, you did this in college. Quest spring of your freshman year. I just feel really old. There's nobody down here. Maybe they're up on the second floor? Womar. There's Sirik.
It's a sad thing.
You bring ill tidings, traveler. I knew of a great many threats in Kingstead, including the Uruks to the north and west. These orcs that have crossed the shore, they complicate the already wide front. We will need to deal with such things soon. I will speak with my men of what is to be done to defend our settlement. You should acquaint yourself with the map and notes over on the table while we wait for Eldric's return. You will have much to say to Leoflad before he bids you farewell. So take as much time as you need. He'll be about 20 minutes. When you're able, speak with Womar, for he will be happy to talk to one as seasoned as yourself. I'm just guessing. Am I going to be in trouble for that? I'm waiting for Katie to tell me that I'm in trouble for that. All right. Yeah, Hassel, I know. I do wish we found some extra stuff. That would be great, especially on Kuzdul and on the Black Speech. All right, so notes and a map of the West Emnet lay strewn about the table before you. The notes are primarily comprised of terse, unsent missives to the Thanes of Middlebeat and Snowmorn, but one calls for able-bodied men to ride to Theoden King's side of the Westfold. The map's marked with numerous forces being noted in central and eastern Kingstead, as well as the path of Edric's people through southeastern Kingstead to the Eastfold. The largest threats have been marked. All right, talk to Womar, who's standing down here.
Hail, traveler. Are you here to help us?
I've dealt with worse. Sirik has more to say, so go talk to Sirik. Womar's young and untested. Spirit is strong. Edric's return. You should speak with him when you are able. All right. Is he below here? Yes, he is. He snuck in quietly. That was quick.
White Hand is wicked.
Leoflad and the others have begun their journey. I pray their travel is swift and unhindered, and I shall send word to them in Aldberg when such time is afforded me. Now then, let us speak of other matters.
There are not enough curses in the world for the invaders of the lands of Rohan.
Basically, I have to go help his men, aid Thane Edric's men in securing the Entwade.
This road leads
Board up homes with wood planks.
Return to Edoras.
And I bet one of the ones up here has a quest for me. Yep. Maybe both. Nope, just Womar. Search privies.
Provisions.
Music's great. I do love the music. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. So far, I'm looking around for more men to give me more quests because I'm supposed to help 7 of his men. But where are said men? No, not out here. Oh, they're all around here somewhere. Or maybe these are just more wood planks. Yeah, I think they're the wood planks. So once I get those, now I need to search privies, which look like they're up here somewhere. No, that's turning in the thing. So there's one. I really don't want to have to search privies. Oh, sorry. Didn't. So I've been found out. Do I have to kill you? Worry not. I shall save you the trouble. Present yourself to Edric before he can misunderstand my intentions. Why is that weird? Okay. Search more privies. Why am I searching the outhouses? That's what I want to know. Oh, that's really a very exposed position for a city that has a wall on one side and then to be totally exposed to the orcs on another. All right. Where are the privies? Looks like they're down further. Who's calling a war steed? There's one way the heck out there. Right? Isn't that one? Nope, it's not. Oh, or it is, but why am I not? Oh, well, I'm going to have to kill you, mister. And then there's somebody out here who does have a quest for me. Never had such a hard time finding a bathroom in my life. All right. He wants me to do some stuff, defeat fleeing orcs.
Of what is happening to these lands.
And collect fish-filled nets.
Times for the
So lots of little busy work to do. But I want to just do noises in the dark, which is the privies. So that'll help me figure out where those things are. There's a privy. Oh, an orc. Well, that's interesting. Okay, well, he's considered a fleeing orc, so that's nice. Where's the other one? Up there. Okay. Let's go find one more privy, shall we? Is it this? No, it's that up there. So that was pretty fancy for a privy. All right. A queer noise is emanating from within. A chicken appears, clucks loudly, and skitters away. All right, so now let's go ahead and turn these back on. We want to turn on just no quarter and unfit for orcs. Okay, so those are to the outside of town. Let's go do that. Wait a minute. Why is that? Oh, because I haven't set it as my quest guide focus. All right. I like that boulder. That's a nice boulder. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum. So there should be some fishing nets around here, right? That's. Oh, I see. Okay, no, there's something up here. Oh, wonder what's up there. If the White Council met at a privy, would they be a privy council? Wow. No. No, I refuse. No. Will not play this game. All right. I already checked that one. Well, that's weird. Why is that ring still on then if it's for defeat fleeing orcs or collect fish-filled nets? Maybe because we'll get another orc there. All right, let's go find the fishing nets then instead. So that's going to be unfit for orcs. Oh, there's another orc. A starving orc warrior. Will he count as a fleeing orc? Yes, he does. Yes, he does. All right, fish-filled net. Got to get 6 of these. And while we're here, we're also going to get some orcs, which is nice. Oh, okay, good. There's so many of them here. This won't be a problem at all. We'll definitely be able to collect the number of orcs we're supposed to get here. But we're also going to see why there are some slain horses. All right, now let's figure out what's going on with the horses. That's probably going to give us a new quest. Yep, starts quest on the plains evermore. Bury the fallen horses. Serious question. If Saruman had traveled to Aman before his death, all depends on the manner of his return. No, I mean that. Like, is he repentant? Is he saying, you know what, I messed up. I really, I let my pride get the better part of me, et cetera, et cetera. I think they would have taken him back. But that's not who he was. And it's why, at the end of the day, why he was rejected, I believe. All right, got to get one more horse buried here. Then we can go get the fish.
Fishy, fishy, fishy. Where is the fishy?
On the plains evermore. All right, we got to get 5 more fish-filled nets. Looks like we'll be able to do that no problem right here. Then we can port back and turn those in and find out why we're still missing some of those 7 quests, because this will be 4 of them. Though it may only be 3 because we've aided 3 men. Okay, so let's talk to Womar.
We are a strong lot.
And
we will survive.
Gifel, who I think was down here. And then to the Thane to turn in the other ones.
I do not believe you will find welcome here.
Yes, more quests will appear. Yep, that makes sense. 7's a lot to manage at once. Probably. Okay, no quarter in the West Emnet.
Invaders have brought this misery upon us.
And unfit for orcs. So we still have 3 more that we need to help. So let's go out here and see who we need to talk to. Okay. Let me do Into Deep. All right. So it looks like there's one guy over here that we need to talk to. That might be that. There we go. Remember that guy was like, hey, he doesn't have a quest for us, but he's got a ring on the map. I think he's going to have a quest for us now. Kenbert. Hello, my name is Ken.
My name is Bert.
We're Kenbert. All right.
Evil stirs in the shadows.
I heard word of a hardy hunter. Surely that must be you. I have little time for introductions, but I am Kenbert. Thane Edric sent me to patrol the road to Middlemead, but I've met some resistance. The Uruks lurk all around us here. But I doubt myself seen. Middlemead is a valuable trading post, etc., etc. Patrol the road to Middlemead. Okay. That's a pillager. I think I'm supposed to kill him. Chats here. Let's see. I'm on instead of the Shire post-ring destruction. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, again, if his position is one of repentance, I think he's there. Very unique voice of Saruman. Gilbert Gottfried. Yeah, that was a fun one. Better than my former presidents Bush and Clinton. I can't really do Bush very well, but search Uruk-hai ambushers. Okay, so we need to search and patrol the road to Middlemead. Okay, so patrol the road to Middlemead. That's this road. And we're going to have to, the road here is barren and nothing catches your eye. Patrol further along the road, and I don't need to kill the pillagers. I need to kill the ambushers. Ooh, a rich Aerling Gascarn deposit. Not going to look. Not gonna, oh, and a walnut branches. Wow, I'm just getting all the goods. All right. Ambusher. Ambusher, I hardly knew her. All right. I don't want anything to do with that warband. I've learned my lesson on warbands. Crate of Kingstead crops. That's clearly, you discovered wrecked carts and ransacked goods. Quest available. Collect crates. There's 8 of them along this road somewhere. And that should be 5, 6, and 7. Collect the crates, search the ambushers, and patrol further along the road. Should get us all 7 of those quests. And then we'll be able to speak with Gandalf in Edoras. And once we've done that, we can head over to Underharrow. How dare I? What did I do? The lag always gets me. I'm told I did something terrible, but by the time I hear that I've done something terrible, I don't know what it is. Statler and Waldorf heckling Saruman. I agree. Oh, there's a poor dead person here. That's very sad. Oh, sorry. Ambusher, I hardly knew her. Sorry, that was silly of me. Very silly. I'm a silly person. All right. Hey, ambush person. Wow. Man, I thought I hit him with enough things, but I guess I didn't. All right, crate of Kingstead goods. Okay, we finished that. We pop back to Kenbert. Oh, you wiped out the warband. Thank you, Katie. Find and defeat Asgaja, who will almost certainly be in that camp up there that we saw. I saw a camp up there. I'm like, I bet I'm going to have to go back there. All right, we'll do this, and then hopefully we'll be done here in Entwade, and I can head over to the Eastfold after talking with Gandalf and Edoras. So they must not have left yet, or Gandalf must not have left yet. So this dude, this boss man, must be in this little camp. Yeah, he is in here somewhere. Well, where's the entrance? Oh, over here. Okay. Stolen crate. Where? Oh, there. Can I get a trap blade? Oh. Okay, I'm going to have to send you away first. Okay, that was a lot of violence. All right. What about the adorned chest? Is that a scholar? Yep, that's a scholar thing. All right, come in here and take a look at the backpack. Get some more loot. All right, let's go talk to Thane Eric. Boom. Or Thane Elric, I should say. Edric. Breaking the chain, done. Unfair trade, done. Into deep, done. Which means now I can turn in this one. Raleigh Agelman to your side.
White hand is wicked.
To Leoflad's side. Asked me to bring Agelman to rejoin with his people. Okay, so I need to go outside. rally this guy to my side, and then presumably follow him. Okay, talk to Thane. The White Hand will return with their forces. I beg you, speak to the Thane on my behalf. I stand ready to fight for the Wade. Okay, so I should have summoned him while I was in the hall.
The enemy must be punished for encroaching upon our lands.
I shall not hear such a plea. Though I apologize, you will find safety in Aldburg. Hilbern will bring you to reunite with Leoflad and the others. That will be the end of it. Thane Edric is a brave man, but he can fly into a rage like no one I know. We'll travel south, then. Let us look for a sword and shield. We shall be on our way. All right. So, it's really trying to find a stopping point, but I think we're going to almost get there. Find a sword and shield. Didn't I already do this? No exceptions. All right. So let's find a sword and shield. There's a battered shield of Kingstead. All right. Here you go, Mr. Agelman. And then I thought I saw the sword over here somewhere. There it is. All right, buddy, here's the sword. All right, now talk to Egelman again. I will take up arms.
Everything from us.
Now, ride along the road south towards the East Fold. Okay, so we need to go out here. Let's get on our horse. And East Fold is where we're headed anyway, because we need to go talk to... well, no, we don't need to go to East Fold. All right. So, because I want to go to Edoras, not East Fold. But all right, let's do this first. Does he not have a horse? Okay, maybe he's just riding with me virtually. Okay, so we need to go here and turn left. He's riding with me in spirit. There we go. You know how hard it is to not stop at those resource nodes? All right. And we're near where we need to go on the road towards Edoras. You've encountered a wrecked cart, clearly here before Leoflad set off. Oh, hey, I don't like being interrupted, sir. That is not nice, and you are going to have to die for that. I'm sure these things do stuff, right? Duration 12 seconds, cooldown. I'm wondering if these are stances. They are not, but they are. Okay, well, that's fine. So let's go further down the road to those stables, because that's where I can see a quest ring. Oh, I think the disciplines are what I need to choose from, right? Discipline Rittermark, Discipline Red Dawn. Yeah, increases damage. I'll stick with the Red Dawn. All right. Centerfold, Jay Giles band. Da na 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 na. All right. Oh, lots of wargs now. Bum, 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 bum. Dum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, what do we get? We got something here right at the river. As you cross, you spy a farmhouse in the distance. Yes, I do. It's over here. And now I've got Jay Giles band stuck in my head. Thank you so much, Hassel. 3 farmhands working amidst the fields. Smala.
What business have you at the Rotary?
Can I open the chest? I can.
That's just loot. All right. Pendlack. I have little time to chat. Wifely to Aldberg. Must make ready. Excuse me. Where's the third farmhand? Oh, way up there. Seriously? How am I going to talk to you? Can I talk to you from here? Nope. I have to come talk to you the old-fashioned way.
What brings you to these lands?
I saw them pass in the last hour. You'll no doubt find them along the road. Okay. Oh, he's coming straight at me. So, well, was. Now he's got to die. All right. Let's get on our horse and go. Oh, no. No! Oh, somebody's going to have some bad news. The people of Entwade lay slain before you.
The White Wizard
All of them,
has
the
taken
old and the
everything
young, cut
from us.
down. The Uruks slew them all. The Entwade has already fallen. Come, let us bury them. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. Oh, that's terrible. They couldn't get to the Eastfold for safety. Ah. Pinball Wizard. The pinball Astari. He knows pinball, and that's what Astari means, is one who knows. Trying to find the fourth person that I need to bury. Looks like back this direction. There. So sad. Bury Leoflad. Oh, gosh. The Thane is not going to be a happy guy. Egelman calls out to you. Stay your hand. Alas for brave Leoflad. She must have been overwhelmed by their numbers. For both her honor and for Edric, she must be returned. I will handle this task myself. Edric needs to see her, needs time to grieve for the lost. Even if he thinks time short.
These lands were once so fair.
I will prepare dear Leoflad for travel. I shall bear her to the Wade with haste. Prepare a steed, leave the rest to me. All right, so we go back to that farm, and we get a horse ready, and then send him back. And I think that'll probably do it. All right. Which is good, because then we can go talk to Gandalf and end it there before we move on to Underharrow. And then Underharrow can be our next session on Saturday. Okay, here you go, Agelman. Such a brave woman.
It's a sad thing to watch your lands die. It's a sad thing to watch your lands die.
Meet me at the mead hall, and we'll chat there as well.
A wizard should know better.
The White Wizard has taken everything from us.
Blind hate building within him. Fortified gloves, maybe? How about the reinforced gloves? Oh, no, I already have the gloves of removal. Why would I want more gloves? All right. Desire not to speak. Agelman has told me of my people and of Leoflad. What use have I to remain here? We will travel to Edoras and speak with Eowyn, and that will be the end of it. Come, we ride now. All right, we got some points. We got a title known to the Aerlingus. That's cool. Reputation levels have gone up. Don't spend those 5 points all on one thing. All right. All right, we got some travel. We got a travel instance.
In the grim aftermath of the Wade slaughter,
Made a bit of a connection with something Tolkien says. The soul stirs and opens an eye. And its long sleep half suffocated in the old warm folds of the flesh, but too soon the desire to get out of bed gets weaker. Made me think about, yeah.
No doubt.
Not enough curses in the
Hope your
world
wits are still
to
about
repay
you. Let us
the
seek
survivors of
Eowyn.
Rohan.
Come, we must walk to Meduseld from here. Do you know why I've brought you here? No? I took that from my silence, then. Hilbern, you must bear witness to the terror that befell my people. I will. I will, sir. Only then can they understand what I must do. Let us hasten to Meduseld. I tire of climbing these stairs at such a pace. Thank you, Sarah Oakhart. Where is everyone? Seething rage. Where is she? Eldrick seems oblivious to your attempts to speak to him. Eowyn! Eowyn! A glow of torches in the distance signals Eowyn's arrival. Stop your shouting. I assure you, you have my attention. There is no need for such theatrics outside the hall of the king. Edric, what business brings you here at such an hour? I apologize for my outburst, but it is a serious matter, Eowyn. May we speak in private? I see. You two return to the hall. I know not how long this will be. Now, what is it you wish to speak of? My people were slain to the last, Eowyn. My wife fell with them. Butchered alongside the rest. Eldric, I am so sorry to hear such tidings. I've come to report that the Wade is lost. Though it stands yet, what reason remains to defend it? The war, our history, the East Emnet. Can you not see what might still be lost? Edric, your grief has consumed you. I cannot help you. Not like this. Nor did you before. You left us to die. Tell me my people were not forgotten. Dare you speak that? I mourn for your people, Edric, truly. I do. But you cannot believe such things. The guilt lies with Theoden. I shall not forgive him simply for casting Wormtongue from his court. It was no fault of the king. The White Hand are to blame, and you know this as well as I. Only through his inaction does their blood stain the fields of Rohan. And you. Yours shall be the blood that stains his hands. Oh, good luck with that, dude. This is sad. This is sad. Knowing he is beaten, he yields, and tears stream down his face. Leoflad.
Will you aid the Horse Lords?
If he spoke true, I grieve for his wife and people. These are dark times in Rohan, and it pains me to see our people faced with such brutality. I know not when his madness will leave him, but I shall speak of the good he and Leoflad have done for our people, and she shall live on in our songs. I know not why he forced you to follow him here, but I'm thankful that you fought alongside me. Come, we have more to speak of. Wow. Wow. Brutal. Just brutal. Talk to Eowyn, and then we'll be able to talk to Gandalf before we do Book 12, Chapter 1.
I have need of your aid.
Edric's judgment was hindered greatly by his loss. I hope in time he will see the error of his ways. He shall be cared for here in Edoras, and when he is willing, I would see him return to his post, should he wish it. He has lost enough. I would not deny him this too, even in the wake of this foolishness. As for the attack on Entwade, we must make ready to ride. I shall fight in his place. All right, are these any good? I believe they are. I lose crit. Yeah, they're not that great. All right. Lotro for the win, yes. Evils. We must right this wrong as best we can, Hilbern. The people of Entwade did not deserve such a fate. And so shallow is the honor of the Uruks, they press their attacks still. They will not find victory at the Wade, for we will be there to meet them. Come, let us ride. Okay, I have a feeling it's going to be an instance. All right, one more. It can't be too long, right?
Seeking to avenge the wrongs done to her people, Eowyn rides east to drive the White Hand from the Wade.
Follow me, Hilbern. The White Hand have already reached the Wade. We must aid Edric's men. To the mead hole. Hilbern and Lady Eowyn, I'm Egelman at your service. Okay. Well met, yet you bear naught but a sword and shield. Without armor, you stand little chance against the White Hand. I mean you no offense, Lady Eowyn, but I shall not seek shelter. I would sooner die than allow the White Hand to claim Entwade. That can be arranged, especially after the horrors they visited upon our people. Can we get to the fight, please? Your courage is admirable, ill-advised as it may be. I shall not deny you vengeance. I shall seek it for all of them. But where is Thane Edric? He is in Edoras, and there remains no time to speak of such things. Let us drive the White Hand from the Wade. This is why, yeah. It's so easy to keep playing the game. For me, it's the turn-based stuff that's like that. Like Civilization. It was, man, one more turn is a crime, but it's ready your arms. All right, here we go. Yeah, I can just play one more turn, just one more turn. More are coming. Do not falter. Oh, they're coming from... Can we have turned the right direction, please? Head on a swivel, man. Head on a swivel. They're coming from somewhere. Oh. Many of them. Lady Eowyn, I did not expect to see you here. She'll take up positions in the towers and aid the archers. Very well. Let us press on. Sorry, I was speaking in Agelman's voice for a brief moment before I saw the text was over Eowyn. We must secure the gates of Entwade. Hello, I'm Ken. And I'm Bert. We're Ken Bert. All right. Edric's men are scattered and would be grateful for any aid we can muster. Let us aid these men.
Our mission is dire.
You must push forth and defeat the ones attacking the palisade. All right. I can do that. Oh, I'm supposed to kill the ones attacking the palisade. That would be these guys. Okay, and if I were able to pick an elf, which kindred would I pick? Oh. I like the sea. I enjoyed my time in college when I was near the coast in San Diego, so I would say the Teleri. The northern border of Entwade. We shall hold position here in the case the orcs return. Come on. Come, let us aid Cyric. Okay, let's go. I'm fighting for Rohan with Eowyn. Whoa, hey, she's going the wrong way. I was going this way, Lady Eowyn. I'm really sorry. All right. Oh, Siric's been kicking some butt and taking names. I'm here to kick butt and chew bubblegum. I'm all out of bubblegum. All right, these wretched orcs will trouble us no longer. What are the others? That is heartening. We've slain all they muster, but we'll secure the western flank. All right. Womar, Gifel, take up positions in the towers. Follow Eowyn to the western flank. The game lets you fight for Rohan with her. That is pretty cool. Go! Well, then go, please. Go. Go! Come, let us make for the western flank. You don't seem in much of a hurry. Should they bolster their numbers, I fear for the Wade. We are spread too thinly. Not enough men remain to repel such a force. Oh, yeah, that's a few. Oh, boy. Shall do what we can, Sirik.
Well, I guess a few are alive after all, boys. I wonder if they'll scream as well as the others. Why don't we find out?
Well, what do I have to go talk to him? Can't shoot him yet, can I? Invalid target. There we go.
That's enough.
Why did I use Rain of Arrows? That's pointless. And he just walks away.
No. Rohan belongs to the White Hand. Woman, don't you wish to know how they suffered when we ran them down?
You are beaten, Uruk. Such a boast stands as weakly as you. Our riders shall not rest until your kind are purged from our lands. You ask if I wish to hear of such things. Nay. Get him, Eowyn!
Our mission is dire.
While Edric may never have those he lost back, I know he felt what he did was right. I trust his dedication to his duty. I hope this can bring some sense of closure to him. She's nicer than I am. That was Rain of Arrows, by the way. Against one guy, because I'm just not paying attention. All right. Stilling the Wade.
I need your help, my friend.
Are any of these any good? No, they're less than what I've got. All right.
I need your help, my friend.
I have been tasked by Theoden King with gathering our people to Dunharrow for shelter from this brutal war. I've managed to keep as much order as possible in Edoras, but I cannot leave my people to attend to this matter. You have proven yourself a hardy hunter, and I would entrust you with this task should you seek to aid me. Far to the north, the trading village of Middlemead lies nestled amongst the trees. Gather the people and have them seek shelter here while we make ready to travel south. Now, this quest will fail if I complete a quest called Trading Fates before speaking to the Thane. All right, I'll have to remember that. Let's go speak with Gandalf. Where is Gandalf in Edoras? Down there by the horse. Okay. I'm just going to port to him because it's getting late. And I want to talk to him before we do anything else.
Hilbern, good you are here. The Eastfold has need of you, my friend. It's good to speak with you again. However, the circumstances could be better. Though Airmare has been freed already, word has not made its way to the Eastfold, where he is Reeve. The people, I am sure, would be pleased to hear it, and the news could bolster their spirits. Ride to the former capital of Rohan, Aldburg, and give the people there the news. While you are there, be sure to lend a hand. I fear that the Eastfold will be vulnerable with most of their men heading west. Be wary, though. The road to Aldburg may be dangerous in these days.
All right. So, We have two places we're supposed to go before we finish Book 12, Chapter 1, which is to talk to the Thane in Middlemead, but also go to the road to Aldburg. So I think... So Middlemead is up here. Aldburg is this direction and up into the East Fold, right? Aldburg is here. So we are going... I'm just trying to figure out where I'm going to go next. I'm about to wrap it up. And then we go this way when we're ready to go to Underharrow, which I'm tempted to do right now, but I'm not going to. So let's port to Middlemead. And then we'll grab the stable there. Whoa, hello.
What brings you to these lands? Rohirrim have needed
I might have to skip this one. I mean, all right. I have reasonably the worm has eyes in Middlemead. I shall not risk sending someone so treacherous to Edoras with my people. All right. So we're supposed to talk to some people. So we're going to go out of here, and we're going to go grab the stable master and the milestone, and then we're going to end the game. Okay? We're going to stop for tonight. But boy, this has been exciting stuff, hasn't it? All right. Tempting as it is to talk to those people. Where is the stable person? Okay, stable person's this way. Is this the milestone? It is. All right. Let's replace the Entwade with it, because I don't think anybody's going back to the Entwade anymore. And then let's go talk to the stable master over here. No, over here. Yeah, over here. Stable master. So that we have the horse thing.
These
All
are
right.
desperate times for the Rohirrim.
All right. So we're going to head back up here near the people we're going to talk to start that next quest. But we're not going to make a huge deal of it. All right. Maybe we'll end up just going to Aldburg anyway. All right. Because I want to clean up my inventory, we're going to do that real quick. You know how I do this, right? I go to my shared storage. I go to my materials folder, and I drop any materials in there, like not the scarn, because that's my own stuff. So I'm going to put that in my crafting folder. Boop, 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 boop. All right. So anything tracery, I'll just put that in the legendary folder. I'll do the runes here myself in just a moment. There we go. That's going to go into the materials folder. This one right here. Okay. So any stuff that's going to go to my other alts. There's really not much of it, just some stuff for the scholar. Everything else can be sold. So we're going to do exactly that. We'll open one chest up after we sell all of those items. All right. And let's get rid of one of those chests. We'll grab a key from the loot storage. And I'll answer the rest of the questions that are in chat after that. What do we get? What do we get? All right, we got some motes of enchantment. We got some more enhancement runes, which is nice. We've got 2 sets of runes here to open. We got a Rivendell portrait set, which I already have one. So as long as I'm not within 400 of Figments of Splendor, and I am not, I'm going to go ahead and disenchant that. Let's take a look at these leggings, see if these are actually better than what we've got on. Oh, yeah, look at that. An increase of about 15, 20% of armor, big bump in agility, a little bit of loss of vitality. I lose both crit and physical mastery, but I can just add an essence of crit. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to put those on, sell the other ones, and see if I have a crit essence here. Oh, that's the task item carry-all. Oh, I don't have a carry-all for that. So I don't have any. Interesting. Did I keep them in here somewhere? No, apparently not. All right, so I got to go get myself some essences. But in the meantime, let's apply the runes. Oh, man. Please add to that. Oh, I can't. I have to open it first. All right. All right. We are done for now. We're going to go ahead and exit the game, and I'll pop over to chat again. All right. Speaking of which, of course, we will then bring the chat up on the screen. chat overlay. There we go. All right. Give me a moment here to shut everything down. All right. All right, where are we on chat? Let's take a look. Katie's texted me a message from Horn. 2 wildly different questions. Am I looking forward to the next Rings of Power season? I am. I can no longer say that I'm optimistic. I was optimistic. I was really optimistic. I was hyped for season 1. Disappointed, so I became merely optimistic for season 2. Now I am simply hopeful. I don't have a reason for optimism, so I just have to hope. Again, there are going to be portions of the show that are phenomenal, just like there were last season. I mean, the Anatar Celebrimbor scenes, off the charts good. The Numenor storyline, really, really good. Some of the other things, not so much. In my mind, of course. I mean, everybody has their own opinions. I welcome them all. But so I'm looking forward to it, but not a whole lot. I did reforge at 86. Thank you for asking. What are my thoughts on the plethora of electronics and vehicles, touchscreens, and all that? You know, if I could, if it was realistic and possible, I would want an older car using older non-electronic engine stuff, but have all the modern safety things, right? I like that my car has airbags, right? That'll protect my kids if I get in a crash. I like that it has, anti-lock brakes. I like that I like some of the electronics. I don't like that there's touchscreens everywhere. And I like that mine doesn't have a lot of that. It has one, but I don't need to use it. I can use the buttons on the wheel. It has actual physical buttons for air conditioning and things like that. I can't stand the ones that are just touchscreens. I'm sorry, Teslas. I am talking about you. You've got to have physical buttons. It drives me insane when you don't have physical buttons. So, yeah, not a big fan of that. Let's see. Let me catch up again on other stuff because there were so many cool things. Congratulations on the bingo, Holly. Needed Sass's NPC. Does it count when I did I count? Did I probably could have sassed an NPC now that I think about it? Yeah, I sassed Agelman for sure. All right. I didn't see that you could port me to Alberg, but that's okay. Rohan is very pretty indeed. I did reforge at 86. Yeah, I was stashing a tracery for somebody else because I've got, for like one of my other, because the nice thing is most of them these days aren't level locked anymore. They're just, they're teal or they're purple or they're, whatever. And whatever level you're at, it opens an appropriate tracery. So I'll probably use that to somebody else. Because I reforged and my traceries are all what I want them to be. I just need a lot of runes now. But I also now need essences. I have not. I need to get a critical, a big crit damage, essence for the armor that I just got. All right. Well, any last minute questions before I wrap up? Yeah, I don't know. Did I do the reforge on stream, Katie? I think I did, but I don't remember. I'll go back and do that on Saturday just in case. Maybe I didn't. I thought I did. I know I did at 81. And I thought I did at 86, but I'll have to see. Maybe I did it off. Could I have done it off? I don't think I would have done it off stream because I like having the people pipe in as to what name to reforge it. Yeah, there probably are essence recipes. I don't remember. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. It is 8:00 time for me to go. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. It was a lot of fun. Really needed this tonight. I hope you enjoyed it as well. And I will be back here Saturday. That's going to be this Saturday, May 9th at 1:00 p.m. Pacific time with the continuing adventures of Hilbern the River Hobbit, at least for, a couple more weeks before we move on to other things. So thanks again. Have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful evening and a great week. And we'll see you on Saturday. Thanks again, everybody.